On 2nd and 8, Wilson throwing it, he's intercepted. Tyson Campbell comes up with the turnover.
With this Denver front.
2nd and 14, they're still running at him with Travis Etienne. Nice spin move, and has enough for the first down. Get all the penalty yardage back. Needed 14, got 15. Broncos rushing 5. Lawrence left, end zone, pop, touchdown. Evan Ingram hauls it in. And the Jaguars strike first in London. Just rushing 4. They got home that way the last time. Here's Murray out of the backfield beyond the 30. That's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down mark.
This guy just simply makes football plays.
Lawrence to throw. Zay Jones is in the game. I don't like to say incomplete.
Number 7, Zay Jones.
Damari Mathis.
That perimeter run game, it's showing up again and again.
Here's Lawrence. Slides and steps up and throws, able to complete. It's Dan Arnold, wrestled out of bounds by Josie Jewell and Pat Surtain, pickup of 8.
They know that every play is critical to them.
Last play of the quarter. It's a completion to Evan Ingram. And he's got the touchdown catch from the 17.5. Here's Etienne. Finds a crease inside the 10's, got another first down. And the Jaguars are in business, pickup of 11. First and goal. We all hug our aunt like that, you know. Here's Lawrence, rolling to his right now. Throws it, batted up, and intercepted. Intercepted. Justin Simmons on the turnover. After a couple of penalties go against Simmons, he makes up for it with a turnover.
Providing some space for him to run, but Latavius Murray is going to be asked to carry a big load in this running game.
On 3rd down and 1, and really close.
Well, I don't always like those stats, but that right there is an example. Sure. You throw the ball in my area, I'm probably going to get my hand on it.
Travis Etienne making people miss. Still going down the sideline. Etienne has one man to beat. And Justin Simmons will force him out. 3rd and 11. Lawrence, a quick toss to Ingram, the tight end. And he's inside the 20. Going to be short of the marker. It's 4th down. He picked up 6.
One of the biggest character guys on this roster in a good way. What a great tackle by him.
Riley Patterson on for the field goal attempt from 37.
Riley
and he's got that.
37-yard field goal.
Operate easy.
On 1st down and 10. Russ able to complete. There's Cortland Sutton. Able to get it out to the 40-yard line. I would take a shot here, but that's me. I'm an aggressive play caller. Handoff to Melvin Gordon. He's got the first down. And he's into Jacksonville territory. Andre Sisco made the stop.
But he's been real solid against the run. You saw it right there.
3rd down and a long yard. Handoff. Latavius Murray for the surge. And let's see where they spot him here. 4th and inches. Russ, the sneak. And looks like he has it.
Rushing over Dalton Reisner. You see him looping inside right here.
Jags rush 5. Wilson unloads and finds Judy inside the 10. Wilson to Jerry Judy.
He's just going to run a little corner out. You're right there by alignment.
Pitch it to Judy. Trying to get there, and he does.
Jerry Judy.
Wilson to Jerry Judy. And the Broncos are on the board. 2nd and 5. Able to zip it in there. There's Christian Kirk. His first catch. And he approaches midfield. Pickup of 11 after the Bruce Hall injury. 3rd down and 9. Lawrence looking to get out of there. On the other side of the field. And he'll just throw that away. Rolling to his left. Wilson, quick throw. It's Jerry Judy on Darius Williams. It's Dulcich in motion. Underneath it's Gordon. Cross midfield.
You got to go clock this if you're Denver right now.
Just across midfield. Russ has some time. Now he does it. And now he's taken out of field goal range. DeJuan Smoot got there for the Jaguars.
For 2022.
Here's Ingram trying to get away.
Largest pass complete to number 17.
Out beyond the 40-yard line.
He just needs to take advantage of it now.
Etienne needs a yard. He's got more. Took a good shot from Kareem Jackson. Stays on his feet. Good, tough, hard run. Travis Etienne.
There's some up-and-comers, but right now, yeah, he is right at the head of the pack. No question.
Jets didn't target him one time last week. Lawrence, football comes out. And let's see.
Jaguars recover.
Tyler Shatley able to fall on the football.
Pin Denver deep, make them earn it.
Here's Logan Cook from his 42. Washington will wave it off and let it bounce.
That's as good as it gets.
And it'll be down at the 1.5-yard line. All right, long field for the Broncos, trailing by 3. Start from their own 3-yard line. Russell has time and has his tight end, Greg Dulcich.
To figure out how I'm going to teach him to get through it.
2nd and 6. Russ loads and fires. It's Dulcich again. Approaching midfield.
The first thing you do is you teach it against static formations. Nobody moves. It's basic 2x2, simple route combinations like that.
Wilson to Dulcich. Gonna mark him short at the 1-yard line. Wilson's found a connection with Greg Dulcich. 3rd-round pick out of UCLA.
Big body formation, play action pass.
2nd and goal
against single high cover.
Got the fullback in there. Handed to Gordon. Squeezes through. To the end zone. Touchdown Broncos.
Number 25.
And Denver takes their first lead of the day. And so that was the reason for the kickoff from the 50. Now the penalty sorted out. The Jags have it from the 30. Here's Etienne. Why not? Took a big shot from Kareem Jackson flying in there. Still got 8.
You are anticipating quarters coverage. Ball should come to the bottom of the screen.
Lawrence to the right. And could not hook up with Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones Jr.
In terms of it being bad and being on the wrong side, that's shocking.
3rd down and 8. On cue, Russ is swung around and taken down by Trayvon Walker. Here's Lawrence. Apparently he's fine after that last hit. It's Travis Etienne for a loss. Josie Jewell. And the Broncos celebrate. Loss of 6. Had 10 in the first half. 3rd and 7. Pressure coming. Picked up nicely. Russ trying to go underneath to Melvin Gordon. That could have been picked off too. Arden Key able to knock it away. Young teams. He's a rookie center, Luke Fortner. Lawrence loads and fires. Zay Jones across the middle.
That's a good way to figure it out.
Get a lot of the yardage back. 2nd and 10. Etienne crosses midfield. Bring up a 3rd and 1. Draymond Jones and Kareem Jackson got in there. 5 years in San Francisco. Got paid to come to Denver. 3rd down and 9. Pressure. Lawrence gonna go taken down. 3rd and 10. Just rushing 4. Russ thought about using the legs. Now uses his arm down the middle of the field. And he split the difference. Had Dulcich and Hamler there. And it falls harmlessly in between the two.
But look, he is an absolute stud. And Tyson Campbell's grown into a nice corner also.
Trevor Lawrence fires across. Here's Christian Kirk.
Pass complete to number 13, Christian Kirk.
Now, Kirk has to be one. He has to be one, and number 1 has to touch the ball here again.
1st down and 10. Here's Etienne. That's been a good play. Hey, that's been a good play all day. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Gets the number 1 ranked red zone defense in the NFL.
Little option pitch there to Zay Jones in some space inside the 10. And he wrestled out of the 5. Kareem Jackson put a lick on Zay. 2nd and goal. Etienne has 155 yards rushing. Needs another yard. To the goal line. End zone touchdown. Travis Etienne puts the Jaguars back on top.
But this is a key drive right here. This is going to tell us a lot.
Here's Russell Wilson to throw. Deep shot, right sideline. Got a man. It's caught. It's K.J. Hamler. The speed burner for the Broncos, working on Trey Herndon for 49. 3rd and 5 from inside the 30. Russ looking left the whole way. A lot of green in front of him. Wilson takes off, and he'll slide down. First down for the Broncos.
You can replay this.
Jacksonville 18, trailing by 3. Give it to Hamler, able to turn the corner down the sideline. And he'll be marked out at the 10. 2nd and 1.5. Latavius Murray, first down and more.
These are the kind of things that are causing them trouble.
1st and goal. Sure, they keep it on the ground. Latavius Murray into the end zone. Touchdown. And the Broncos back up on top.
Christian Kirk.
1st down and 10. Lawrence throwing and intercepted. K'Wan Williams. The pick with 1:36 left. Just had himself a game.
He's making this play with a cast on his hand.
Russ wants it himself, wanted the push from Andrew Beck, and they're still going at it now. Clock's still winding too, by the way. Let's see, they're going to give him the first down. There's the indication. First down, Denver Broncos.
Good for you.
And the Broncos are going to win this game.